What's going on YouTube? Christian Channels, comics and pop culture. Sad video to make today, guys, but I wanted to do this to inform everyone out there that is interested in pressing up their comic books, that is in the market to purchase a press. And I'm going to tell you what press to completely stay away from. Now, a few months back, I believe, well, it was probably, I don't know, close to end of summer last year, I made a video regarding my press here. As you can see, a couple months after having this press, the knob came off. So this is where the knob sits that is supposed to crank up or down the pressure of the press. So if you want more pressure, wanted to press more tightly onto the book, you would turn this one way. It had a knob right here that busted off completely. And in that video, I talked about how it's a manufacturing flaw because this screw that holds in the setting of how tight the clamp is, when you pull the handle down to press down, this screw sat in a hole in the knob, and you were pressing down, putting pressure on the screw against the metal of the knob, and it snapped the metal of the knob and snapped the knob completely off. I mean, it's just like stupid. So I was still able to use my press, though. I rigged it where I just sat the screw in there. It never got to the lowest point that it could be with the most pressure ever again. But I mean, that's fine. I didn't need like extreme pressure. Now, just a couple days ago, this happened. So if you see, you have your handle here to clamp close. You pull this up, and it drops the press, right? Well, look at this. You guys probably see this thing hanging out here, right? So this is supposed to be right here. Okay, you can look at this one. This is clamped in by some kind of bolt type thing here. I don't even know what this is, but let me show you the other side. Right here, this is what I'm assuming. This piece keeps it in here, and then this covered piece right here probably snaps onto it, and that's what holds both of them together. Well, I was pressing down a couple days ago, and right when I pressed, I heard this chink, and I saw this piece of metal go flying. And what it was this part of the metal. Now, this isn't like a nut on top of a screw. This is part of this whole piece. So it didn't just it wasn't like a nut that got loose and fell off. It actually broke off. The metal snapped completely off. And if you could see here, do you see that? It's not there. So when it's supposed to look like that, that piece that holds it in is not there. Whatever sound it was, trying to do sound effects. Completely off. Now, I can't even align this up anymore. I tried to pry it, tried to get some pliers and move it over, try to get a flathead screwdriver and pry it out and move it over. I can't. So when I shut this press now, it doesn't shut right. I mean, you can feel it in the handle, but it doesn't go down. Even when I close it like that, there's you can still see here it is closed, but there's hardly any pressure at all. Stay away from this press, guys. Now, this press is generically manufactured, which I think most presses that you find on eBay are. This press is going to be sold by multiple people. Multiple sellers, and it doesn't have a brand name. All it says on it is heat press. It has no brand name. It's a 12 by 10. I really should have got a 15 by 10. I mean, I see them for about the same price. I paid over $100 for this thing. I paid like $120 for this, and it lasted me 10 months, and I'm pissed. Now, I contacted the eBay seller, and they're like, sorry, we only have a 6-month policy. I hope you understand. I'm like, no, I don't understand. First off, this is my bad, and what I want you guys to know, to not make the same mistake. make sure there's a warranty. Make sure before you, if you're looking on eBay or wherever it is you're trying to buy a press, look for a warranty. And I went on yesterday and I was looking at the same presses, and most of them say 12-month warranty. So that's my fault. That is my fault for being irresponsible as a buyer. Now I went back into this seller's description, the original post, and it doesn't say warranty at all. And they're like 6 months. I'm like, where does it state that? It doesn't even state that. So I'm going to contact them again and argue. Everyone else selling this machine has 12 months. And then if they still try to say no, I'm going to try to open a claim with eBay, but I doubt it. It's going to be too late at this point. Now I'm out of money. As a businessman myself, when you put down $120 for something like this, it is something that you do not want. There goes my cat. It is something pouncing. I should have named him Tigger because he pounces. Anyways, got distracted. What was I saying? Oh yeah. At a price point of $120, whatever it is you buy, you want lasting for more than a year. I mean, think of anything that costs $120 besides something that purposely, like food, you're going to run through your groceries. Shoes. If you pay $120 for shoes, you want them to last longer than 10 months. If you pay $120 for, any kind of electronics, you want it to last for more than 10 months or more than 12 months. If you pay $120 for a saw or a tool or a lawnmower, you want it to last for more than 10 months. If you pay $120 for, I'm trying to think of home supplies, like as a vacuum, you're going to want it to last more than 10 months, 10, 12 months. This is not okay. So guys, stay away from this. I did notice that there seem to be a newer model of the clamshell press. I've seen a 12 by 10 as well with the same kind of electronic box attached to it, and the handle though is manufactured a little differently here, but it still has the same knob. But I'm telling you, the stuff, it's just like, it's cheap made in China crap. And I'm not saying made in China crap like it's a knock on China. We just all know that these companies that are in America that use resources in China and certain parts of Asia or around the world, Indonesia, and even companies that are China based and produce this stuff, that they're just using cheap labor and cheap parts. It has nothing to do with country of origin. It's just that because of what their labor laws in these countries, that's what they're allowed to do, which is sad. They're allowed to produce and companies take advantage of it. And then it's cheap crap. So the best thing that I could do is just be careful. You kind of get what you pay for, I guess. But the bottom line too is just make sure you're getting a warranty. If I could go back, I probably would have saved a little more money and got, I forget what the press is called right now at the top of my head, but, it's not a handle, a pull down handle with the what do they call this? The swing top. It does not swing. And when the handle sits like, it comes out from the back, it sits like this. And I think those might be called clamshells. I don't even think this is called a clamshell. This is a swing arm. But yeah, I think it was the clamshell one where the handle sits just like this. It doesn't swing and you clamp it right down. That, they have a higher price point, and they don't seem to be have as many moving parts where things can break like this. So I'm bummed, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do because I tapped out my funds buying comic books. Got me a nice tax return, bought some keys to get off that key want list. And now it's like, man, pressing has been a major part of my game for almost the last year. And I love it. I love doing it. So we'll see, one last thing before I go. It's just like, my dad's a welder, and, I showed him this, and it's just like faulty, first off, cheap metals, cheap, probably thin aluminum metals, and then just cheap welding, cheap all the way around. So, all right, guys, I hope this could be informative to you guys. If you guys have this press already, be careful. If not, do your due diligence and your homework. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have not subscribed, please do so. Leave some comments, hit the like button, whatever it may be. Until next time.